people on their backsides. And he does it. Barry Jones joins us now, David Hay, Tony Bellew. Let's react to it. Anthony Joshua, I'm going to start with you, Barry. You were there watching it ringside. Anthony Joshua, methodically, I thought, beat Helenius up and then got the stoppage. Have I seen that right?
I think so. I still, we have to say this, that I still think there's still an issue, confidence issue with Anthony. I think the jab was good, so he's boxing well. But we're looking at Anthony Joshua now with the view of boxing Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk again possibly. All these fights, we're talking about those. And he's still not punching through the target. He tried it a few times, wasn't comfortable with the jab, so he was throwing the right hand from too far out, a little bit. But then when Helenius got tired, as we see, he committed to the jab, he doubled it up, threw the right hand, and the job was done. And we see it here now, again, because he's not punching through, he's not stepping in with the left hand, the right hand's always falling a little bit short. So he's trying to walk Helenius down, but he's got to take that step with that front foot.
Derek James was telling him in the corner to commit and to actually step in with the feet, but that was the only thing that he wasn't doing. The punches were good, and the way he was timing, it was very good. I liked his head movement at times, even though he got caught with too many jabs tonight. But ultimately, Derek James was asking him to step inside with the feet, then let the right hand go, because he said to Derek James in the corner, I'm finding the jab easily, but I'm struggling with the right hand, and that's down to the feet.
He didn't have much bounce today in his feet. He seemed quite flat-footed today. I like to see that bounce.
Why was he flat-footed?
I don't know. Maybe he was trying to conserve his energy. Maybe he knew as the rounds would go on, as Helenius was a late replacement, he wouldn't have 12 rounds in the tank. So he was just running the clock out, knowing every round that went past would increase his chances of a knockout.
I think he just wanted to have a look.
But I would say something though, the fact that he did step in with a double jab to finish it and the right hand punched right through the target, that confidence that he needed, that he's been clearly lacking since Ruiz won, I would say, might be back now, because you have to, you believe what people are telling you, and everyone knows what he has to do. He knows what he has to do, and he hasn't been able to do it. But now he's done it. Once you do it, you believe it. And I think now we might hopefully see a more confident Anthony Joshua.
Is that why, sorry, cut across you there, Tom, is that why he got out the ring after and almost a celebration of I can do it, almost
emotion,
celebrating to himself?
Just emotion.
Yeah.
It's been a while since he's knocked somebody out like that.
We haven't seen it for ages.
5 years, 5 years it's been?
Yeah, and it's only the second person to ever do that to Robert Helenius.
But also now you watch that fight and say, and they can pick out, see where you weren't committing, you weren't committing, you let him off the hook by taking too many steps back, but when you did believe in yourself, you got the result you needed.
The feet are the key to everything. As fighters, we just know that once the feet are in range, that can happen every single time. Believe you me, against Deontay Wilder, if he lands that right, Wilder's going out too. But make no mistake, there's another side to that coin. If Wilder will engage a lot quicker than Anthony Joshua will, because Wilder has no filter. Wilder will just let go. He is what it says. He is wild.
He doesn't wait for you to run out of steam. He'll go for you in the first round.
Exactly.
That's why I wanted to see AJ come out in the first round, because it's going to be a gunfight straight away. If he wants to stand up and box with Wilder like he did tonight, it won't work.
No. I was going to say that, Barry. As much as we are celebrating Anthony Joshua's win there, and it is a good win, right? A knockout victory is a good knockout victory. Do we need to kind of temper that and say it was against a guy that took the fight on 5 days' notice?
It's a redevelopment of Anthony Joshua. We're still there, I feel. So I think he boxed well, but we're looking at him with the view of boxing those bigger fights. And I think letting the guy off the hook, when he was walking him down and taking too many steps back, if he takes one step back and moves around the target, he can go again. He can go again from a safe place. I think that's what he needs to realise, that retreating too far, put you in a safe place, but you can't attack. You could take one step back and go to the left or the right. You're in a safe place, and you can still fire back with more intent.
Everyone keeps saying this redevelopment and new start. It's not a new start. He's just adding.
No, mentally
adding
to
his game.
You're right. He's adding, but there's definitely been a subtraction as well, hasn't there? Over the last
there has to be added, and the subtraction comes when you realise I'm vulnerable too. So when me and David were talking before, when he's 10-0, and he's fighting anyone, or just after he beats Dillian White, I'm not going to lie, he probably knocks Robert Helenius out in a round. Anthony Joshua that was 10-0, maybe 12, 13-0. But what happens is you evolve as a fighter. You learn from your mistakes. You learn from your upsets, your errors, your catastrophic errors. And it's not that you redefined or you become better. You just become more aware. You become more aware, listen, I'm human and I can be hurt. And that makes you a better fighter.
If there wasn't
I would say it hasn't made him a better fighter, though, Tony.
It's made him more aware.
It's made him more aware. I understand that, but it's made him more cautious, and that's taken away his magic.
That's done the same to Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis gets knocked out of Oliver McCall, and then he all of a sudden look at, if you remember the late great Emmanuel Stewart slapping him on the chest against Mike Tyson, imploring him and begging him to go on and get the knockdown when Tyson's absolutely finished. Every fighter comes across a point in his career where he goes, you lose by stoppage. I've lost by stoppage. I know it's like, David, when you go back in the ring for the first time, and it can still haunt you for a while. And he's at that stage where he's thinking, am I still the same? It's going to take some knockout victories like this.
Okay, then, Tone, to answer that then, if there wasn't the carrot being dangled, Deontay Wilder in January, if that wasn't there, would you want AJ to have one more?
I just want to see him fight as regular as possible.
You'd want one more.
I'd like to see him fight someone of the caliber of Robert Helenius.
Again.
Go out there and treat him like it's Wilder, because you can't stand off Wilder jabbing, keeping your hands real close up, just jabbing. He'll just drill right down the middle of it.
Just
go straight.
Do that in 3 rounds.
That doesn't work against Wilder.
Yes.
Doesn't work against Wilder.
Agit Caballel, maybe?
No. Too negative. We'll run. We'll be petrified.
Ultimately, what I'm trying to say, look, that was fantastic, right? It was good.
The guy who gave Fury the
I don't want to see. I'm a bit cautious to see that against Wilder next.
Would that performance have beaten Usyk?
No.
So what we're talking about, he has to improve.
But it's a different style altogether. No one's beating Usyk.
No, I'm not saying that, but that doesn't beat Usyk, Wilder, or Fury. They're the ones above him right now, and you have to say that. So, we're talking about he's at that level. That's what we're saying.
Does that beat Joyce or Zhang?
Yes.
That does?
I think Anthony Joshua can box.
Yeah.
He can box well. He showed against Franklin. He can outbox people, but to be the best that he can be, what we think he can be, he needs to be more assertive. He needs to do what he did to finish the fight, as
in the first round. The same way Lennox Lewis took out Andrew Galotta. Yes. Big, dangerous, scary guy. Had 2 massive fights with Riddick Bowe. Real hard night. He goes out there, hits him, and puts it on him in the corner and drills him in 1 round.
That's before he'd been done himself, and that's where you go. You've got to. It's when you're getting done yourself and you get hit, that's where you find out your vulnerabilities and how susceptible you are to damage yourself.
Yeah, Anthony Joshua, obviously, as you can see, ringside, just making sure he signs all the autographs he can sign. Olivia's ringside as well with Darren Barker and Andy Lee. Let's take their thoughts about the fight.
Thank you very much, Addy. Yes, we've been asking you guys at home to get involved with polls after that devastating knockout from Anthony Joshua. And actually, 51% of you thought that was going to be the outcome. So well done to that 51%. And everyone that's got involved in the polls today, one of you will be winning a signed AJ glove. So keep an eye out for that. The winner will be announced in the next couple of days. Darren, Andy, Darren, I'm going to start with you. He did it. Everyone wanted to see that, and he delivered, didn't he?
We got what we wanted. AJ, most importantly, AJ got what he wanted. There's no doubt, we were just speaking there, Andy, there is absolutely no doubt AJ wanted a knockout going into that potential blockbuster with Deontay Wilder.
Andy, he got there in the end. At one point, did you think it might go the full 12 rounds?
I could see Helenius, he was slowing down. And I think Joshua was figuring things out as he went. But he certainly had some moments where he was questioning himself. He was hesitant. But, the way the world is now, those previous 6 rounds will be forgotten about. You're going to see that replay of that knockout played over and over again. It'll go around the world. And it will build a hype for a potential fight with Wilder.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of you have been asking what next. That is something we've been asking. We've been asking you guys all evening for your opinions and polls on stuff. Guys, is that what we want? Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua.
100%, no doubt about it. It's a fight that's been in the makings for a long, long time. It's the fight we've all wanted in the heavyweight division. Can you imagine the energy before that first
Just
round?
if you look at that, Joshua versus Wilder, we've been asking that as well on the DAZN Watch Party app. 51% think Joshua's going to win that by KO. Are you surprised by that, Andy?
I'd be surprised by, and listen, we want to see the fight, no doubt. But from a career standpoint and from a boxing development standpoint, I think Joshua needs another 1 or 2 more fights.
Completely
honest.
Okay. So who would you say then before Wilder?
Oh, he needs to fight another 2 or 3 fights. He needs more time with his coach. He needs to develop as a fighter. I don't think Wilder's technically not great, but he's a devastating puncher. You can't be hesitant with somebody like that. You can't be second guessing yourself with somebody like that. You got to commit to what you're doing.
Well, on the flip side, Wilder will not be hesitant fighting Anthony Joshua. He will get straight in his face. He'll be letting big bombs go. I don't know if that suits AJ or it doesn't. I know where Andy's coming from, but that won't happen. I'm pretty sure. There's so much money on the table, so many fans, broadcasters, etc. Everyone wants to see that fight.
Yeah.
Usually, most of the time, people get what they want, and I'm sure the fight will happen.
This fight has been in the making for a long time, Joshua versus Wilder. Are you disappointed, Andy, it hasn't come a little sooner than perhaps if it does happen now?
No, as long as it happens. You know, fights are very difficult to make, these big fights, because there's so many people involved, TV networks and different. There's a million reasons why a fight won't happen or a fight will happen, but you know, it's like you meet at a crossroads in your life, and sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down, and depending on what time you meet, time in boxing is everything.
Everything, yeah.
It could be completely different.
Of course, absolutely. And fair play to AJ there. He's literally only got about 5
Yeah,
meters
we can still see him, can't we? If we actually turn around, he is right in front of us. He did say he wanted to take some time with the fans. It shows how important they are to him as well.
It's fantastic. It's like a man of the people. You haven't seen this from any fighter. A lot lesser fighters from Joshua wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
It's nice, let alone someone of his stature. It's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Andy, Darren, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone as well that got involved in our watch party. We're sending in your questions, voting in your polls. As I said, remember, whoever voted in the polls, one of you will be winning a signed AJ glove. How about that? But wow, wow, wow. What a finish that was for AJ.
And now entering the arena, the Wow You Fight.
Beautifully timed punches being thrown here.
Zepeda is always looking for the big shot, get his respect.
He's produced a flawless performance.
You know what, for me it's about putting on a dominant performance. I'll prove that on the night.
Cameron desperately working away. Good combinations from Taylor.
And still the undisputed champion of the world.
Yeah, some big fights coming up. We are back with you next week in Birmingham to see Galal Yafai continue his professional journey. Plenty more big fights, as you can see, your way coming on DAZN as well. Chantel Cameron versus Katie Taylor 2, an absolutely fantastic one in Ireland. Good luck to both. Gents, as we round up here, ultimately we all asked for AJ to get a knockout, right? That's what we asked for, and we got it. I know we can moan about how it came, but ultimately we asked for a knockout and we got the knockout.
And that finish, I've said it again, I'll say it again, that finish will fill him full of confidence. Because at the end of the day, in this sport, all that matters is the result, and the result is he knocks him out. And he was confident and aggressive with the finish.
You're only as good as your last fight, and his last fight was a spectacular knockout.
Top 5 knockouts of the year.
Yeah, that going into whichever fight is next is what we need.
It could be the best one this year, but it's the best so far.
I was wondering why we're making top 3. All right, very quickly, one word answers from all of you. Wilder next, yes or no?
I don't know.
I said one word, David. One word, yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. Usually can't keep him quiet.
Come on, Tom, we got to go home. Yes or no? Does he get the Wilder fight next?
Oh, does he get it? Yes, he does get it, but do I want it? No.
Okay, on the fence there, Tony. Guys, thank you very much, as always. Anthony Joshua's dream of more heavyweight glory is back on course after one punch finished off the Nordic Nightmare. Now, though, it's back to the drawing board as he heads towards that massive fight with Deontay Wilder as the AJ Roadshow keeps on rolling.
Perfect opponent for AJ to show what he can do against a big man.
With this Nordic Nightmare,
it's the perfect preparation for a Wilder fight.
This is the moment of truth. Anthony
Joshua immediately onto the front foot.
I think he wants to actually hit him. That's a great right hand.
Oh, good right hand. Hook to the body, right hand.
Just as he said, he was struggling to find the range.
I told you.
Your winner by knockout, Anthony Joshua.
Boxing on DAZN, sponsored by William Hill.
Right then, let me show you around. This is where the action happens. Great thing about this job, every day is different. It's our new piece of kit. Good enough. It can be hard work here, but we know how to have a laugh. So then, when can you start?
Seven Up.